When it's time to file your taxes, you'll run into a lot of titles. CPA, enrolled agent, tax preparer. They sound similar, but they're not the same. Here's what actually separates them and why it matters for your return. Here's something that surprises a lot of people. In most states, almost anyone can call themselves a tax preparer. There's no federal license required to prepare a basic return for pay. That's very different from the other two titles we're about to cover. An unenrolled or non-credentialed tax preparer typically completes a short training course and obtains a PTIN, a Preparer Tax Identification Number, from the IRS. That's often the extent of the requirement. They can prepare returns, but they generally can't represent you before the IRS if questions come up. A CPA is licensed at the state level after passing a rigorous exam covering accounting, auditing, and business law, along with meeting education and experience requirements. CPAs are broad financial experts. Many specialize in tax, but their license also covers audits, business consulting, and general accounting work. An enrolled agent is licensed directly by the IRS, not by a state. EAs pass a rigorous three-part exam covering individual tax, business tax, and IRS procedures, or qualify through prior IRS experience. Tax is not a side specialty for an EA. It's the entire credential. This is one of the biggest distinctions. CPAs and enrolled agents both have what's called unlimited representation rights, meaning they can represent you in audits, appeals, and collection matters. Unenrolled preparers generally cannot represent you beyond the return they personally prepared. Tax law changes constantly, so ongoing education matters. Enrolled agents must complete continuing education hours specifically focused on taxation every renewal cycle. CPAs also have continuing education requirements, though the hours can span broader accounting topics, not just tax. If you need audited financial statements or broad business accounting, a CPA's range may be exactly what you need. If your priority is deep tax expertise and someone who can stand beside you if the IRS ever has questions, an enrolled agent is built specifically for that role. CPA firms often juggle tax season alongside audit and accounting work year-round, which can affect availability. Many enrolled agents focus specifically on tax preparation and IRS matters, often making them more accessible for tax questions outside of the typical filing season. Before you hire anyone to prepare your taxes, ask about their credentials, their experience with situations like yours, and whether they can represent you if the IRS ever reaches out. The answers tell you a lot about the level of protection you're actually getting. At Starner Tax Group, our team is made up primarily of enrolled agents, the highest credential the IRS awards, so you get year-round tax expertise and full representation if the IRS ever has questions. Schedule your consultation today at stgRogers.tax.